Welcome to the Light, Hope, and Healing podcast, where we discuss why you have stress, anxiety, pain, illness, and how to heal from it. I am your host, Tracy. My background is a healing coach, energy healer, spiritual mentor, intuitive, and channel. Hi everyone, welcome to this week's podcast. This week's topic is the side effects of changing your life and healing. So this is an important one that I really wanted to discuss with you all because as you start healing your life, things are going to change and people may fall away or people might start acting differently or getting angry with you, right? Because as you're healing, you're changing. In order to heal, like we've discussed, you're changing your life. You're changing how you do things. You're trying to do better, right? And a lot of times we have people in our life that are at the same place as we are. And as you change, they can't take it anymore. So they're going to maybe either get angry at you or stop hanging out with you or stop calling you, whatever it is, because they're not comfortable. Now, they might not realize it, and they'll look for things that maybe make them angry or like, well, she's doing this, so I just can't be around it anymore. Or when deep down it might be something like, well, you're not there, getting angry also, so they can't be with you anymore, right? Does that make sense? So for example, I remember, and I've talked about this before, way back in the day, I remember we'd go to lunch, me and some ladies, and we'd just be sitting there gossiping and talking about other people, and we'd get excited, and that would be like, it would be like kind of like a high. And I remember one day noticing that it didn't feel good to do that anymore, because I was working on myself, and it wasn't fun to gossip about people. And it was a slow process. It was just like one day I was like, this isn't fun. And I kind of quit participating, and now I just can't even stand it. I can't even stand to be around it. So as you heal, right, you're going to start to notice that you aren't going to be the person you were before. And if there's people around you that are not moving up and raising their vibrations or healing themselves or changing their life, they're not going to want to be around you. But here's the other thing to it. You might not want to be around them also. And it's okay. I want you to know that it's okay. I don't want this to be something to hold you back because this was meant to be. It was meant to be that way. And people come and go in our lives for different reasons because they're there for that moment, right? I've had a lot of good friends. And some of them, we've kind of fallen apart. Not that there was really an argument. It was just, we didn't have the same things in common and we just kind of fell away from each other, right? There's been times in my life where I haven't had, any friends for a little while. And that is part of the journey as you grow and heal yourself. You do have moments or periods of time where you might not have friends that you really, can hang out with or want to hang out with or do things with or talk to. You can have moments of that, but remember this, what's going to happen is the people are going to come into your life then after that period of time with not somebody. People are going to come into your life that are a better fit for that point in your life. And it will be amazing because they're going to be near or close to the same level you are. And it really is an amazing thing. But it's not something to fear. It's just something that happens. And I know there's moments for myself at times too. I'm like, get a little sad. I don't have any friends to hang out with. But sure enough, another one or group of them will come along, and it's amazing, and it's much more fun now because they're at the same place I'm at or closer to, right? And so I wanted to let you know this because it's a side effect. If you feel like you shouldn't be around somebody, then you need to follow that, right? If you don't have fun anymore hanging out with that person, then you need to pay attention to that, right? Start paying attention to yourself and how you feel, and that's where you're going to see. And you'll see, where you might be drawn to other people also. Or if it's time just to have some alone time, because, a lot of times we distract ourselves with friends too. When sometimes we just need time alone to go within and see what's really going on with us so we can heal it, so we can see what's really going on. Okay? So it's not something to be upset about. I just wanted to discuss so you knew this possibility, or as you watched people fall away and not want to be around you, it might not even be you notice it. You just all of a sudden notice they don't want to be around you. And they're uncomfortable because they're not moving in the same direction or at the same speed as you are in raising your vibrations and changing your life and healing yourself. And if they're not there, they might have trouble being around you. It's not just you having trouble being around them. They could have trouble being around you, right? So sometimes also God, the universe, whatever your belief is, they remove people from you that will drag you down. And sometimes that's the case, Whatever it is, you can look at it in all those different ways. Whatever it is, most likely as you start to work on yourself and heal yourself and feel better, you're going to notice your friendships change in one way or another. But you'll also notice some really good friendships that come into your life. Right? It's all about change. It's all about going with the flow, and it's all about paying attention so you don't force yourself into places and around people that you really don't need to be, because you don't need to be in those situations if it hinders your health, your well-being, if it hinders your ability to raise your vibrations and continue to grow. If it hinders that and brings you back, then it's not necessarily a good place for you to be, right? And these aren't even things that have to have conversations with the people. It just, most of the time, naturally just happens. So pay attention. Don't fear. You won't be by yourself forever. Sometimes you just need that time also. And just go with the flow. And if you happen to lose your friends, pay attention to yourself. Work on yourself for a little while until that new friend or group of friends comes back into your life. Or the other ones kind of catch up. That could happen too. And this isn't a definite thing. It's just something I've noticed and I felt the need to do a little podcast on to talk about, because I've seen it in myself. I've gone through several cycles where I've gone through people. And once you get and understand it, it's easier to deal with, right? And then you don't get so sad. Because sometimes it's hard for people who are really outgoing. I wasn't necessarily so outgoing. But sometimes when you have good friends and they fall away, it is a little bit hard. But just remember, it's all in the best for you and your soul plan and what you're going through and what you need to go through. Because sometimes you need that time to really get strong for what's coming for you to deal with, right? And as we heal, we are given stronger things to handle, And sometimes you need that time to recuperate. And that's what I noticed too with myself. Sometimes we're forced. If we don't listen and take time for ourselves, we're kind of forced into that situation to be by ourselves so we can work on ourselves and get ourselves stronger to handle what this earth plane has to offer for us. And it's not bad. It's not bad, because when you look back and you're like, okay, that made me a stronger person, or this is for my soul plan, or this is something I want to experience. But sometimes we need that little break or working ourselves to come and go through whatever it is that's brought to us. All right? So in the end, it is a good thing, and you will feel better and look back on it. So if you're going through that now, or you feel like friendships are falling away, or you're having a hard time hanging out with your friends, it's okay. Just go with it, let it happen, and start to work more on yourself, because you might have a little bit more time to do that now. All right, so that's what I've got for today. If you enjoyed this podcast, but you feel like you need more, because these podcasts give you all the tips that you need to work on yourself to heal. But a lot of times after hearing them, you're all gung-ho, but then a couple days later you forget and you fall back into your same old routines. And you fall back into not feeling well and the stress, anxiety, and all of that. So if you feel you need more, I have a membership group. It's $9.99 a month. We meet twice a month on Tuesdays, where we have topics and answer questions. On Monday, I do a message for the group, and on Wednesday, I send healing to whatever you post. You have the group that you can ask questions to. I'm in there with the group, and it's about the accountability and helping to remember what you can do for yourself, because you do have all the power within yourself to heal. It's just remembering it and sticking with it. All right, so we'd love to have you in there. All the links for that are in the description below. So let's get ready for the healing meditation now. If you are driving or using heavy machinery, you need to stop listening to the podcast now, because we are going to be doing a healing meditation, and the energy is very powerful and can make you sleepy and lose concentration. Come back when you stop driving or using the heavy equipment and enjoy the healing meditation. All right, go ahead and close your eyes. I want you to imagine the violet flame below your feet. It's coming up and around and through your whole body. It's cleansing, clearing, and purifying everything. Any negative thoughts that come up, just put it in the violet flame. Any anger, stress, frustration, just put it in the violet flame. Anything you feel that has come from others, any anger, any arguments, any traffic incidences, just put that in the violet flame. That is not yours to deal with, that is theirs. And then finally, anything from the consciousness that you feel you may have picked up on, just put it in the violet flame to transmute. All right, now I want you to take a deep breath in, hold it, and then exhale. Take another deep breath in, hold it, and this time on the exhale, relax your body. One last deep breath in, hold it, on the exhale, release everything that's no longer serving you into that violet flame. Now I want you to imagine gold light coming down from God's source to the top of your energy. It gets to the top of your energy and it splits apart and goes all the way around to below your feet and then connects back. So you're in this bubble of gold light of protection from God's source. Now, again, I want you to imagine gold light coming down from God's source, whatever your belief is, into the top of your head. It goes all the way down to your heart. It fills up your heart with that gold light. You're going to open your heart up now, and you're going to send gold light to those that have harmed you. And it's okay. You're sending this gold light to heal the situation. You don't have to hang around the people. You don't have to be around them. You don't even have to talk to them. But you're healing the situation for you, because it affects you and your health. So go ahead and send that gold light now to those that have harmed you. And be at peace with it, because, like I said, you do not need to hang around them, talk to them, or anything like that. Just healing the situation for you. So send that gold light now to those that have harmed you. All right, when you feel that's done, send gold light to those you have harmed. And if you can't think of anybody, put the intention out there that it goes to those you have harmed, because we all have done it. We just might not even realize it. And you want to heal this for you and them. So send gold light now to those you have harmed. Now I want you to add sending gold light to all of your family. So go ahead and add sending the gold light to your family now. Now add sending gold light to everyone in your city. Now add sending gold light to everyone in your state. And now add sending gold light to everyone in your country. And now add sending gold light to everyone around the world. When you feel that's done, bring the gold light back into your heart. Take that gold light down your spine. It's going to split at your hips and go down both legs, out the bottom of your feet, down into Mother Earth. It's going to wrap around the crystals in Mother Earth and back up your feet, up your legs, connecting at your spine, all the way up your spine, out the top of your head, all the way up to God's source, and then back down into the top of your head again. So you're getting healing energy from God's source, Earth, the crystals, and I'll send healing energy that comes through me from God's source. So sit back and relax, and I will send it now. All right, I want you to go ahead and take a deep breath in now. Hold it. And then exhale everything that came up in that healing that needs to be released into the violet flame that's around you. We're going to take that violet flame, send it back up to God's source to transmute it. Go ahead and open your eyes. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And that's what I have for today. If you enjoyed this podcast, but you feel like you need a little bit more accountability, then I have a membership group. It's $9.99 a month. We meet twice a month on Tuesdays and do Tuesday tea, where we have topics or they ask questions. We also have Mondays where I do a message for the group, and Wednesdays you post what you want healing sent to, and I send it to you on Wednesdays. There's a great group of people in there. They're all going through the same thing as you, so you have that accountability to help keep you on track, because you listen to the videos or the podcasts and you get on down the road and they sound great at first, but then you forget. So this gives the accountability to keep you on track, and we'd love to have you in there. We have a great time and we help each other out. So all of the information is in the description below, and we'd love to have you in there. So that's what I've got for today. Go do something you love, something that lifts you up, brings you joy. Do at least one thing every day that brings you joy, that you love to do. And then do one thing every day of self-care. Drink tea, Epsom salt bath, pray, meditate. Do at least one of those every day. And then look for the good in everything. And when you see something in someone, say it to them. Lift them up and lift yourself up. And finally, write 10 things you're grateful for. Do these things every day, and I promise you, you are going to see a difference in your life. That's all I have for today. Have a great day. I love you all, and I will see you next week.